Good morning, CCH Ohana. My name is Marty Taba, and I have the privilege of serving here as the church president. On behalf of the church, I would like to welcome all visitors today. We're glad you're here. Some announcements this morning. Reminder, the interfaith service is being hosted by us this year. It is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving at 7 o'clock. It's our opportunity to showcase our great campus and aloha. So if you can assist with greeting or with food, please see Paul Murakami at the back of the church. We also have usually a fantastic Thanksgiving feast of our own here next Sunday at Aloha Hour. The fellowship crew busily works on the turkeys, but if anybody else can bring a side dish, there is going to be a sign up in Stephen Mark Hall after church. We would love to have everybody's goodies. Pastoral Search Committee has been meeting and would like congregational input on what's most valued to you in a pastor. This is fully supported by Pastor Amy, and she thought it was very smart. Before we make any kind of judgments or assumptions of what the congregation would want, we really want to hear from you. So all pastors, of course, have strengths and weaknesses. So what does CCH most value as we look at candidates? We will have a survey for you next week. It will be in the bulletin. So please take the time to fill it out or talk to anybody on the committee. So that would be Mitchell Chun, Bobby Lemieux, Liz Chun, Christy Tomisato, Wei-Sin Wong, and Raylene Chalk. I'm ex officio on the, and Paul Murakami, sorry. I'm ex officio on the committee too. Our church profile, which we've worked very hard on, should be posted online, which is a new venue, and it's been difficult for us, in the next 2 weeks, so we currently have no candidates to consider, so this is a good time to get your input. Thank you so much again to Gwen Murakami and Reverend Melissa Martin for meeting weekly with our accounting firm. Please plan to attend our town hall about the budget on December 8th after service. Similarly, Andy Char, Peter Chun, myself, and Melissa have been working really hard on the bylaws to bring them up to date, as well as to integrate endowment better into church leadership, to have a new membership process, and also to consider lengthening term limits to stabilize leadership. We'll be having a bylaws town hall meeting with that and more to discuss on December 15th to receive your input before we finalize things to bring it forward to the congregation for a vote in February. Thank you again to the nominations committee led by Stan Luke for finding us officers and deacons. Our slate is almost complete. We're still looking for a treasurer. So if you are curious about the role, please see Stan or myself or Reverend Melissa to discuss it further. And so I think we have announcements from Reverend Melissa.
Good morning, I'm Reverend Melissa and I'm the executive director of the church. I want you to take a moment and look towards the Mackay side of this room. What do you notice that's different? There is a stained glass window where there has been plywood for many, many months. So that back panel, not the dove that is over the door, but the next panel in, actually crumbled, I believe around this time last year. And we have been working hard with Kobo Glass to get that repaired and replaced, and it was installed yesterday. And I am so grateful, so grateful for those of you from the Dew family who have honored the legacy of James and Olive Dew, who originally gave that panel. I don't know if you can see this, but this stained glass actually depicts the story of creation, the creation of these islands. And I imagine that the work that we have done on recreating, refurbishing, restoring this panel is a legacy, is an opportunity to remember that that is what we are doing together as a church. We are participating in God's recreation of this place, God's restoration of this place. So thank you so much for your work in that. and I can't wait to see what God is going to do next.
Good morning, and if you could turn to your bulletin, you'll notice that this title of our canon is Sung Call to Worship. What that means is I will be, as your leader, reading my part, and you will be responding through song. We have Hari and Amy to help all of us along. So here we go. This is the call to worship. For the people who love us and whom we love,
To thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
for our families, some into which we're born, and some whom we choose.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
For the communities that surround us and unite us, linking our hearts to each other here on earth and even beyond this life.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
For the comfort of quiet meditation and prayer that remind us we are loved and surrounded by you.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
Your worship team is so glad you're here with us today. And a shout out to Pastor Amy way in the East Coast. I hope that you can see and hear us, Pastor. Beloved, we come here together today bearing burdens known and unknown, seen and unseen. Whatever weight you carry, let it settle here in this sacred place. Release the worries, doubts, and regrets you may have brought with you. In this moment, let go, knowing you're in the presence of a loving God who welcomes that you are with open arms. Receive this blessing. You are loved. You are forgiven. Be at peace. The peace of the Lord be with you. Please turn to your neighbor and share the peace of Christ.
gentle thoughts and mild. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For thyself best gift divine, to our race so freely given, for that great, great love of thine, peace on earth and joy in heaven. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Please be seated.
Good morning. My name is Aiden Talba, and I'll be your scripture reading for this morning. Today's first scripture is from the book of Psalm, chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right places for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long.
Pastor Amy has given me the honor of delivering her pastoral moment. For the month of November, we've been focusing each week on a verse of the hymn, For the Beauty of the Earth, a traditional Thanksgiving hymn. We're using this time as an opportunity to reflect on the many gifts of our lives. This week, the verse we are reflecting on is, For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth, and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild. As we prepare to hear stories from Ginny and Brent, we're going to take some time to reflect on the joy of human love in our own lives. For the next few minutes, our hope is to hold all those we call to mind, as the song says, with gentle thoughts. To this, we are going to use the ancient Buddhist practice that is often referred to as the loving kindness or metta meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh explains that this type of meditation is and was used to generate loving kindness to cultivate compassion. And we need both loving kindness and compassion practices to cultivate the appreciative joy that celebrates others. That sort of joy is named in our hymn. This is a contemplative exercise, so take a moment to sink back into your seat. If you're comfortable, close your eyes and ignite the imagination of your